So hello friends, so how are you? I hope you are doing well. So in this video, we will discuss about function constructor. Okay. So in the previous videos, we have already, I think there are two videos we have recorded related to functions. Okay. So in that video, we have discussed about the functions. Okay. In one of the video, we have discussed the basic things about a function. Okay, what does means function, what meanings of functions. Okay, what is the use case, what is the definitions. Okay, why we are making functions. Okay, why do we need to use function in javascript programming. Okay, so and second one we have in second videos I think we have discussed about that uh, what many how many types of functions do we need, okay, to use in javascript. I mean, you can say uh, how many types of functions we use in javascript. Okay, so we have already discussed in that video that named function, anonymous function, self-invoking function or self-calling function. Okay, and also we have discussed that functions how to use inside the object. Okay, so in I think in the last video we have discussed that how to use the function inside the objects. Okay, if you are using a function inside the object also called the method. Okay, so terminology is different but working is same. Okay, so there are more point related to function. Okay, so there is one keyword you can say or term, that one term, function constructor. Okay, so we also use the function constructor in javascript. Okay, so I think if you have watched my previous videos, okay, so you have seen we have watched that in array videos, in object videos, related to object videos, and related to array description, whatever the video you have described related to array. So in that videos we have discussed array constructor. Okay, how many types, what types, you can say how many types, yeah, you can say how many ways you can create a array. Okay, so using static you can define like uh, so- here you can say let arr is equal to subscribe calculation and then 1 2 3 Okay, so you can use square brackets, okay, to directly define the array. There are other way, there is other way we need to define array using array constructor. Okay, so what do you need to do? Let arr is equals to new array and then we can pass this 1 2 3. Okay, so like that you can declare the array using array constructor. So suppose here let's arr1 and this is arr console console dot log arr, and let's copy this console and paste and replace arr1 with arr1 arr2 arr1 and let's run. So you can see the output here 1 2 3 and here 1 2 3. So you can see here what is difference between that simple only square bracket you have used to declare the array, or you are using array constructor. So you can see the structure that is changed. Okay, you can see here na, the structure is changed. Okay, so but this is means we can say that this is the way, these are the two ways we can declare or define the array. Okay, using simple square brackets, and we can use array constructor. So you can see here there are two brackets is coming, square brackets, start and then end. Why that we are coming? Because we have pass here, okay, square bracket, so that is coming. Okay, so now you can see there is no difference between that. Okay, so you can use array constructor to define, to declare the array, or you can use simple square bracket to declare or define the array. Okay, also you can use to declare arr is equals to, and then you can use the arr dot push and pop, whatever is the method of array. Okay, so I am not discussing array actually. what points what are the points we are making here? We are trying to understand that what is the constructor. Okay, so here we have used a simple without constructor to declare the array, and here we are using array constructor to declare or define the array. Same like for object also. Let simple xyz is equal to and we can use name name colon test. Okay, so this is the object, okay, in javascript. Okay, and same you can use xyz. Let xyz is equal to new objct object, and inside that object we can pass name colon test. So what is this? Is the object constructor. This is the object constructor we are using to create the object. Okay, and this is the simple way that we are using. Without object constructor we are using to create the object. Okay, so basically what I am trying to make the point, what I am trying to making the point, or make the point, you can say, like constructor. Okay, so this here is the array constructor we are using to create the array. Here we are using object constructor. So there are two ways. Okay, there are two ways to create the object. Okay, in javascript also there are two ways to create the array in javascript, and same there are other things as well. So same like that we can declare a function. Okay, function. How to declare a function in javascript? If you need to use function keyword. Okay, function, and suppose xyz is the xyz, and then parenthesis and then curly braces. Okay, so this is the function declaration, right? So this is the function declaration, and we can bind the let any variable like name is equals to sorry Ramlal ji. Okay, Ramlal, sorry, Ramlal ji, right? So and then we can return the name like that, return name. So you can, if we call, then we can, what we value will find Ramlal ji. Okay, so we, this is the function declaration and function definition, right? So what, suppose if let calling calling function. Okay, calling function equals to xyz. Okay, so xy calling function, what value will get? That is Ramlalji. Okay, so cuns value console dot log and print calling function. Let's check that what value we are getting. We will get Ramlalji. Okay, so now we are getting Ramlalji. Okay, so what is this whole statement? What we can say? What we need to understand? What do we need to understand for this statement? Okay, for this statement, actually this is called function expression. Expression. Okay, this is called function expression. Okay, so that is the function expression. Okay, here we are not using any new keyword to generate the instance of that function. In the previous example, if we are using to create array, or you are using to create object constructor to generate the instance using object constructor, so we were using a new keyword. Okay, so without new keyword we are calling the function here. Okay, so here this will not generate any instance. Okay, here you can say in the calling function we are getting the value of the name here, whatever the we are returning. Okay, so that is the value we are initializing inside the variable name like calling function. Okay, and suppose I want to access here, suppose I don't want to declare the late. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, so what will it will default variable will be named by the javascript controller. Okay, and it will return same the way. Okay, Ramlalji. Okay, there is no meaning, but I want to access of the name. Okay, so how can we access if needed? Okay, so how can you access? We need to declare the object. Okay, but I inside the object we cannot pass anything. Okay, so javascript provide javascript provide a facility, a function keyword. Okay, whatever the parameter you have passed. Okay, and that parameter value you can access. Okay, so suppose here there is a name. Okay, and here suppose name. Okay, and sorry, name and roll number. Roll number. Okay, and what we are doing, we are initializing here a roll number. Okay, is equals to sorry, equals to a roll number. Okay, here and here name. Okay, so I want to access, I want to get whatever the values we are passing here, name like Ram Lal Ji and roll number 1. Okay, so I want to access that name and Ramlalji, sorry, name and roll number. Okay, so the way we can return with the combination of name and roll number. Okay, otherwise we need to make the object form in the object format. Okay, whatever the data we are passing, and that value will generate the instance. Okay, of the object. Okay, means we need to make the object using combination of name and role, and that object we need to return, and then we can find. Okay, after iterating or after using key or value pairs, so that we can find the whatever the value is, it is here. Okay, so that is the lengthy process. Okay, so javascript provided for this solution we can use a function constructor. Okay, so now term is coming function constructor, function constructor. Okay, so we need to use a function constructor. Okay, and then we can find whatever the value is here. Okay, so how to declare the function constructor? So if you are going to declare the function constructor, so you need to use a function keyword. Okay, function keyword, function. Okay, and I will discuss in any video. Okay, in any coming videos. Okay, I will discuss in any coming videos. Okay, when do we need to use to name, uh, name should be start from capital a small letter, when the name should be start from capital letter. So you can see here, we have declared a function. This is a named function, and what is the function name? XYZ. So here you can see I have used that small letter XYZ. Okay, but here we are going to use capital X and then YZ, a small YZ. Okay, so what is difference between that? Okay, here actually the naming convention, you can say, I will discuss in next video. Naming convention we should follow in the programming language. Why naming convention we should follow? Because using naming convention, suppose you have a programmer, okay, and you have developed something, okay, in any industry. Okay, you are a programmer, you are a developer, okay, and you are working as a developer. Okay, and you have created function, variables, and constructor, and whatever is that you have used. Okay, and you have written 1000 lines of code. Okay, so and you have resigned the company. Okay, you have leave that company, and some other programmer, some other developer, someone is coming and now is going to work on that your project, whatever you have left. Okay, whatever you have left. Okay, so that the left working need to complete that. Okay, so left works you have left that works, that left works should complete by any other programmer. Okay, so that programmer is start working. Okay, so start checking your code, and then they are not able to understand what you have declared. Okay, because otherwise you need to second programmer need to execute all the codes and then try to understand one by one, one by one. Okay, but if you have used the naming convention, okay, so that can understand easily. Okay, here you have used function, and here you have used, suppose I have declare this capital letter X and YZ. Okay, so what will happen? Suppose here we are using calling, let's calling, here let calling function. Okay, here, so I am not using calling function, I am using any term GD. Okay, so here I have used X. Okay, so and new here, so that can understand after watching this statement, after looking this statement. Okay, after looking this statement, programmer can understand, okay, this is the function constructor in JavaScript. Okay, and that function constructor uh, used to generate the instance. Okay, so we can access whatever the properties contained by the function instructor using instance. Well, instance. Okay, so if we are using new, keyword. Okay, so this will generate the instance. Okay, and using that instance we can access the properties. So what is the property? So here suppose we are passing two parameter, name and roll number. Okay, so here we can pass this dot name is equals to, sorry, name, actually I have bad habit na, is equal to, so that I, and here this dot roll number equals to roll number. Okay, so what will happen when we are calling using function constructor? So that value will be passed here Ramlalji, and one should be passed here, and then it will bind with this xyz function constructor. Okay, it will bind internally. Okay, so now if we have used this means indicating that current instance. Okay, so here we can generate too many instance using function here gd1 okay, and here gd2. Okay, so you can see here we have used, let's remove that. Okay, we have used here same function constructor. Okay, same function constructor, but we have generated three instance using the same function constructor. Okay, and that value is changing Ramlalji 1, here roll number is 2, Ramlalji 2, and roll number is 3. Okay, so now you can see here we are using a same function constructor, but value is we are replacing. Okay, so what will happen if we use first time, okay, new xyz and value is passing, so the instance will be generated. Okay, and then same function constructor we are using new xyz, so there are other instance id should be generated. Okay, and same for this, there are different instance should be generated. Okay, and now we can see here console dot log. Okay, so we have we have learned function expression, and this is the function constructor, constructor to use to generate generate instance. Okay, same, this is also here function constructor we are using to generate instance. Okay, and every instance should be unique. Okay, so here gd dot name name. Okay, and now copy paste. Okay, here we are using gd, here we are using gd1 instance, here we are using gd2 instance, here gd1, here gd2. Okay, so every variable contains a unique instance using a same function constructor. Okay, but using different instance, unique instance, and value is also unique. You can assign the same value, there is no problem. Okay, but it will not override that. You can think that okay, you have used new xyz and then jd, so that will replace. No, so you can say here let's run. Okay, so let's see the output. You can see here first, this is first gd dot name, we have passed Ramlalji, so that is coming Ramlalji. Second one Ramlalji 1. Okay, so here you can see gd1, what we are passing Ramlalji 1, so gd1 Ramlalji 1, and gd2 you can see Ramlalji 2, and that we are getting Ramlalji 2. Okay, so that is used. Okay, so now you can see now we are able to access the properties, whatever the value we are passing, and that value we are able to access. Okay, outside of the, and we don't need to return anything, okay, and then you don't need to uh, perform any operation on the returned value, okay. We do not need to write some other logic to perform to get that value, okay, whatever the function that is. So that is the function constructor, that is the easy, no? We need to use new, and we need to bind. So whatever the you are using new, so that unique instance should be generated, that unique instance should be passed here and internally, so that instance used by this xyz function, and that value will be bind with that name, okay. So you can see here ना क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पे कि ये जी डी इन न्यू एक अलग इंस्टेंस सपोज एक अलग इंस्टेंस एक्स वाई जेड आई डी जनरेट हुआ एक्स वाई जेड के अंदर उसने क्या कर दिया नेम एंड रोल नंबर डिक्लेयर कर दिया एंड उसके अंदर वट एवर द वैल्यू यू आर पासिंग दैट value will be stored. Same for second one, you are using new keyword, so new id should be generated, and inside that instance new instance should be generated, and then that using that instance the name and roll number uh, would be bind with that current instance whatever the. So for gd1 that is the same current instance here, that is the मतलब इसका जो इंस्टेंस आईडी होगा यहाँ पे आएगा, इसका इंस्टेंस आईडी जो होगा यहाँ पे आएगा, एंड इसका जो होगा यहाँ पे आएगा, ओके. सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड लाइक दैट मीन्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से every time you are using same function constructor, okay, so every time the new keyword should generate unique id, okay, and unique instance, okay, and inside that instance if you are using this, okay, so whatever the property you have bind, so inside that instance the property will bind, okay. That there is no dependency whatever the parameter you are passing, you can pass the same values, you can pass, there is no problem, okay. That is not dependency of a parameter, okay, parameter would be same, okay. So you can see here we can pass same parameter, there will be no problem, okay. Here and once you will run we will get same value Ramlalji Ramlalji Ramlalji, okay. So there is no dependency to generate the instance, there is no dependency on parameter to parameter values to generate the instance, okay. It will generate unique id, okay, and that unique id whatever the property you have bind using this dot keyword, okay, so that property you can access like that. So that is the meaning of function keyword, okay, function constructor. So I think might be some confusion, okay, so you will practice so you can get clarity, okay, and that is the advanced things function constructor, okay. So try to understand what I am explaining, and okay, if suppose here we are not binding this dot name, okay, here this dot name, okay, so what will happen, you are able to see that na undefined, you are you are able to see that here what we are getting undefined, because this indicates this will store current instance if we are calling new xyz, so in the current instance that will bind, but here we have not used this, so that javascript controller is not understanding in which instance we need to bind the roll number properties or name properties, okay. So that we need to use this, so this will bind with current instance, okay. So you need to take care about that. So function constructor we can declare using same like a function we declared, okay. So but what is difference, you can use that is not mandatory, you can use a small letter, there is no problem, okay. But for the naming convention, for reading perspective, we need to use capital X, okay. First letter should be capital, means of first letter should be capital, okay. Any name you can use, but first letter should be capital letter. Okay, so for the reading purpose, we are you defining that, okay, that is a function constructor we are defining here. Okay, and then we need to bind this using this keyword. Okay, this will contain the current instance. Okay, so using that current instance, this will store internally, it internally whatever the instance you are generating here new. So internally JavaScript bind that instance inside the this keyword. Okay, and so using this keyword, otherwise you need to pass that instance in that parameter, and then you can bind that. But internally whatever the instance you will generate, that instance will be bind, okay, in the this keyword. Okay, that is performed by JavaScript controller. Okay, and so that we can access it. Okay, so I think that point is clear. Okay, so if you have any confusions related to that, so you can add in the comment box. Okay, or if you are understanding clearly, so you can like and you can share with your colleagues as well. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye.